American Horror Story Season 13 teaser coming Halloween 2026. The voice was old, worn like a vinyl track played too many times. "I'll be seeing you," it whispered, barely audible through static and heat distortion. That was the teaser's first image, a flickering black and white shot of a small cafe, its windows warped by rising waves of heat. A jukebox hummed in the background, melting slightly at the corners like wax. Then came a flash, red, searing, and a word appeared: heat. No one knew what it meant. Not yet. The teaser that haunted everyone. When the trailer dropped on October 31st, 2025, it broke the internet within hours. There was no cast list, no title card, just the familiar melody from the 1940s and an unseen woman humming along. Her voice trembled, intimate, as though she were singing directly into your ear. Then, silence. The camera panned to a park across the way, the same one that fans recognized from Murder House. Only now, it was deserted. The swings moved without wind. The grass smoldered faintly, giving off waves of distortion, as if the ground itself were burning. People started dissecting the clip frame by frame. In the reflection of the cafe window, they saw something, a figure seated at the corner table, face obscured by steam. Some said it was Jessica Lange. Others swore it was Sarah Paulson. But one detail stood out to everyone. The figure's reflection was reversed, like it belonged on the other side of the mirror. The carousel. At 0:37 in the teaser, the shot cut to a children's carousel. Only this one was spinning backward, slow and distorted. The horses were pale, flayed-looking, their eyes hollow, their teeth bare. The camera lingered just long enough for viewers to see movement between the horses, a shadow crouching low, almost human but not quite. Then came the faint hum of a furnace. A breath. And the voice again, cracked now, whispering. "The chestnut trees, the heat." The screen went black. The fan theories. Within hours, fan forums erupted. Some claimed the season would revisit the Murder House timeline, following the ghosts that escaped through the mirror world when the house was demolished in apocalypse. Others thought it was about global warming, turning the series' horror lens toward an ecological apocalypse, the Earth itself exacting revenge. But the most popular theory was darker. That season 13 was set in a parallel dimension, a twisted reflection of all previous seasons, where every sin, murder, and betrayal had been left to rot, and now it was all coming back, burning its way into the real world. They called it the heat beneath us. The symbol. At 0:46, the word heat flickered again, this time spelled backward, TH, carved into someone's skin. Fans paused the clip endlessly, trying to decipher it. Behind the word, in the faint reflection, they noticed something horrific, a face pressed against glass, screaming silently, veins glowing orange beneath the skin. And just before the final note of the song, the reflection smiled. The hidden message. When the screen faded to black, a single frame of text appeared. "Coming Halloween 2026. But someone slowed the footage down to 1 frame per second, and found another message hidden between those frames. "I've been waiting in the heat." That discovery changed everything. Reddit threads exploded. Was the voice speaking to the audience? Or to one of the survivors from earlier seasons? The cafe, the park, the carousel, each was connected to a past location from the AHS universe. Fans built maps, theories, even fake timelines to prove that season 13 wasn't new at all. It was a reunion of every ghost, witch, and sinner the show ever created. The real story begins. Behind the scenes, reports leaked from the Los Angeles set. Crew members claimed the heat wasn't just a theme, it was literal. Every camera overheated. Every take was drenched in sweat and distortion. One cinematographer described it like filming inside a fever dream. And then came the strangest claim of all. That every time they played the old recording of "I'll be seeing you," someone or something would start humming along, even when the studio was empty. One assistant editor resigned after claiming she saw a face form in the static while editing the cafe sequence, a woman with no eyes, mouthing the word, "Wait." The final frame. As the teaser ended, The same café appeared once more, this time engulfed in flame. The jukebox melted. The shadowed figure at the table finally turned toward the camera. Only her mouth was visible now, stitched into a smile with black thread. Her voice echoed through the fire. "I'll be seeing you." The words slowed, warped, until they became something else, a whisper almost too low to hear. "Soon." Then came the last image, a title card in smoldering red. American Horror Story, Season 13, The Heat Beneath US. The teaser ended, but the nightmares had just begun. The cafe was gone now, burned down to its bones. Only the jukebox remained, half melted, still humming that same tune through warped speakers. "I'll be seeing you," echoed faintly through the ruins, as if the song itself refused to die. The camera opened on ash and orange haze, the kind that never clears even after the fire's out. A woman's silhouette appeared through the smoke, thin, trembling, her hair dripping like candle wax. She moved slowly toward the camera, dragging behind her what looked like a scorched wedding dress. Then the heat distortion twisted her reflection, splitting her body into two. The teaser was over. But the story had only just begun. The return of the heat. 2 weeks after the trailer, the first leaks hit the internet. A production assistant had shared behind-the-scenes footage before quickly deleting it, but not before the fandom downloaded every frame. The clip showed the actress Emma Roberts sitting inside what looked like a sealed glass chamber surrounded by heaters. The temperature display on the wall read 113 degrees Fahrenheit. She was drenched in sweat, whispering something over and over. He said the fire was the only way out. When fans enhanced the audio, they heard faint whispers overlapping her voice. A chorus of dozens sang the same line. It wasn't an echo. It was something else. That's when people realized this season wasn't about literal heat. It was psychological. It was about what burns you alive from the inside. The hidden town. Episode leaks described the setting, a forgotten desert town called Ashgrove, built above an abandoned mine. Locals said the fire below had been burning since 1966, an underground inferno that never stopped. They called it the heat beneath us. Every year on Halloween, they claimed, the ground would pulse, and voices would echo through the pipes, whispering the same words from the teaser song. The town's history was a trail of disappearances, all tied to one place, the old cafe at the center of Main Street. The same cafe seen in the teaser. When the crew rebuilt it for the show, strange things began to happen. Props melted overnight. Cameras refused to record. One actor woke up with burn marks shaped like words on his back. "I'll be seeing you." He quit the next day. The woman without eyes. The season's central figure, teased in Chapter 1, was finally named Margaret Vale, a 1950s lounge singer who vanished after a fire destroyed her cafe. Her ghost was said to haunt Ashgrove, luring visitors by singing through radios and jukeboxes. In one episode leak, her face was revealed at last, beautiful but eyeless, black tears streaming down her cheeks. She smiled as the firelight flickered through her empty sockets. The script described her not as a ghost but as the temperature of memory itself. Wherever she appeared, the air warped, the lights bent, and people saw the moments they regretted most, like heat mirages of their own sins. And always, before vanishing, she whispered, "Heat remembers. The carousel comes alive." Mid-season, the story moved to the abandoned carousel. During production, the mechanical horses reportedly began to move on their own, though no power was connected. Crew footage caught something horrifying: reflections of faces in the mirrors, faces of past American Horror Story characters. Tate from Murder House, Cordelia from Coven, and even Bloody Face from Asylum, all distorted, all watching. Fans believed Season 13 wasn't just a continuation, it was a condemnation. Every character who ever escaped their punishment was being burned back into existence by the heat of their own sins. One theory said the carousel was the portal, the place where timelines overlapped, where every sin circled endlessly until it was purified by fire. The sound. By the finale's teaser, the iconic melody changed. The familiar line, "I'll be seeing you," was reversed, played backward like a curse. The lyrics now said something new when decoded. "I've seen you before." That one phrase ignited chaos online. Viewers realized the show was no longer about characters. They were part of it. The heat, the fire, the reflection, it was all a mirror, pointed directly at the audience. Every theory converged into one horrifying possibility. We were Ashgrove. Every screen was the cafe window. Every reflection, every playback, every rewatch kept the fire alive. The final shot. The last leaked scene of season 13 showed the cafe rebuilt again, pristine, untouched by flame. The camera moved inside, revealing every object from the original teaser: the cafe table, the park outside, the carousel in the distance. Then, from behind the counter, Margaret Vale reappeared, smiling. Only this time, she wasn't singing. She looked straight into the camera and said, "You've been watching for too long." The walls began to pulse, as if breathing. The temperature display blinked 666 degrees Fahrenheit. And then, silence. Finally, a single note from the jukebox broke the stillness. "I'll be seeing you." The screen faded to black. And a final text appeared. "American Horror Story, The Heat Beneath US, coming Halloween 2026. But this time, something was different. When fans paused the teaser and adjusted the gamma levels, they noticed the faint outline of a handprint on the inside of the screen, burned into the pixels. It wasn't part of the video. It was new. No one knew whose hand it was. Or if it was still there, waiting in the heat.